Hi everybody, it's Trent. To round out the 32 deck challenge, we are now talking about Elmar and Cecily. Cecily Hunted Mage is one in Grixis. Your maximum hand size is 11. He's a 3/5, and whenever he attacks or draw a card, draw a card, and lose a life. Then, if you have 11 or more cards in hand, you may cast an instant or sorcery spell from them without paying its mana cost. It's Friends Forever, so I friended it with Elmar, Uvenwald Informant, which is one in red and green. Haste for a 3/2. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, untap target creature, then investigate. So, it's a spell slingy deck. And I wasn't sure what to do with it up until Strixhaven came out. Then I saw Meritus of Conflict and saw an instant lightning bolt that can recharge itself. First strike, whenever you cast your third spell each turn, this creature becomes prepared. So if you prepared it last round, you have a lightning bolt you can use. Use lightning bolt. Cast 2 more spells, re-prepares itself, cast a lightning bolt. Now, you're thinking, why is it so important that we... And it's each turn. It doesn't care whose turn it is. I thought that was the perfect pairing for my favorite pet card in all of red. Arcane Bombardment. 4 and 2 red. Whenever you cast your first instant or sorcery spell each turn, exile an instant or sorcery card random from your graveyard. Then copy each card exiled with Arcane Bombardment. You may cast any number of copies without paying their mana cost. Then I thought Thousand Year Storms fit really well, which is 4 and is it for whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, copy it for each other instant and sorcery spell you've cast before it. This turn, you may choose new targets for the copies. My favorite little blue spell, Tasha's Hideous Laughter, for 1 and 2 blue. Each opponent exiles cards from the top of their library until the player has exiled with a total mana value of 20 or more. I saw that take out 30 cards once, because the guy was playing a low to the ground deck and literally hit a pocket of lands that he was desperate for. And they're in exile. They're not in his graveyard. And he's a graveyard recursion land deck. And he just growls. Sorry. Sorcerer's class is a great little theme when you're doing Spellslinger. For Ithit, whenever this sorcerer class enters the battlefield, draw 2 cards and discard 2 cards. And then if you get to level 2, which is just playing Ithit, creatures you control have add blue or red. Spend this mana only cast instant or sorcery spell, so you can now tap your creatures for blue and red to cast instants and sorceries. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, that spell deals damage to each opponent equal to the number of instant and sorcery spells you've cast this turn. So you mark that with a Black Waltz number 3, which is 2 and a black-red. For a flying Death Touch, deals 2 damage on every non-creature spell that's cast. It's a Gutter Snipe in black and red. It's more expensive, but it has Death Touch too. Then you have a Gutter Snipe and a Corsication Mage. So you get all 3 of those out. You get Corsication Mage out with Offspring 2. So you're doing 2 damage off of this guy. 2 damage here, 2 damage there. 2 if you get the Offspring. So 6 damage per spell. Add Sorcerer's Class in there. You're doing 6 damage. You're doing another damage to each player as well. So you're doing 7 damage a lap. And that number gets up with then you have Storm Count and all that. It just turns into how much can we do? How much chaos can we cause? Singularity Rupture. For 3 blue and 2 black. Destroy all creatures. Then any number of target players each mill half their library is rounded down. You get that under Arcane Bombardment. Unless they draw a counter spell, you're milling them through, and you're blowing up their stuff. Step Between Worlds. If you get Arcane Bombardment, but you have a big graveyard, you might want to think about this card. Or if you haven't got to it, it might be a good option to get to it. Step Between Worlds. Each player may shuffle their hand and graveyard into their library. Each player who does, draw 7 cards, exile Hidden Between Worlds. You can plot this and let it sit there in exile until you need it. Another fun card for this, because you're doing a lot of copies, is Summon GF Cerberus, which is 2 and 2 red. It starts with a Surveil and a 3/3. And then you have double. So it doubles the first instant or sorcery you cast that turn. So you get 2 copies of it. At level 3, it triples it, and you may choose new targets off of the double or the triple. This deck has not performed well for me. But I still enjoy playing it because I normally don't touch these 3 too often in my decks. But this deck felt like it needed it. Because I'm losing life to copy a spell. Or to cast a spell with no mana cost. So I want to make sure I'm higher than everyone else. I hope you have a great day. I hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you in the next video.